Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alaniss. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not, welcome back. No other name will I praise but yours. Today we're going to be doing 15 things I learned at 25. Also, I am posting this on my birthday. Today is Sunday, March 29th. My birthday is Wednesday, April 1st. Make sure y'all drop a happy birthday in the comments and just drop something that you have learned by whatever age you are. Number one, not everyone should advise you. I stopped seeking advice from people who aren't led by God. If someone isn't submitted to God, they can't spiritually lead me, friend or not. I remember writing this in a season where I was seeking advice from certain friends, and this was before I had any friends in Christ. And I remember going to my mom about it, and she gave me such good God-filled advice. Yeah, like this advice was leading me this way. I don't want that to ever be the case. Like, I was down bad. I was being dramatic. It was about a man. I was just like, from this day forward, I am no longer seeking advice on certain topics. That doesn't mean nothing at all, but like certain topics, if this person is not submitted to God, if I don't see fruit in their life, because it's like, where are you leading me to, and what is your advice coming from? Like, what is the foundation of your knowledge? It just don't hit the same. I'm sorry. Steward your body. Your health, discipline, and daily habits are a form of worship and stewardship. I learned that yes, you should get up and go to the gym. Yes, you should ask God for discipline. Yes, you should do what you said you were gonna do, but also steward what you have. So not just steward your body by working out, but steward your health. Like, how ungrateful would it be for me to not take care of the health that God has given me? Me showing up in the way I eat, in the way I exercise, that is me thanking God, like, thank you, God, for what you have given me. Let me continue to steward it. It's just a form of gratitude. And also, I did learn putting on sermons when I work out, putting on worship music while I work out. That was a big one. Like, yeah, the hype music, yeah, the Christian rap is cool, but worshiping while you are working out, like praising the Lord on that stairmaster when you are out of breath and saying, Jesus, you are my strength, can get you through a lot. Stewarding what you have, stewarding your health, stewarding your ability to even work out. There's so many people who would love to move their body in ways that you do, and they can't. Number 3 is stop oversharing. Not everyone deserves access to your thoughts, emotions, or plans. Protect your peace. Truthfully, this is one that I'm still working on, but I've gotten so much better. Like, even just looking at when I wrote this, I remember it was like June of last year, and I remember God telling me, like, stop oversharing. And it was even to the point where, like, I didn't even want to have my close friends anymore, because that's where I would go and overshare. And it's nothing like, I wouldn't overshare nothing crazy. Like, there's not crazy information about myself out there, but it was just like, the habit of oversharing had to be broken so that I can get it under control. And I got rid of my close friends completely for like 4 or 5 months. And when I came back, it just wasn't the same. Like, I still overshare, I still rant, I still but it just wasn't the same level as it was before. I just think oversharing can be dangerous because, number one, you might be sharing certain information with people who shouldn't know, don't care, or will maybe even hold it against you. And then also, oversharing can be awkward because it was like, why did I even say all of that? Like, what was the reason for me sharing that? I started to feel regret in my oversharing because it was like, that was so unnecessary. And I'm like, I need to mature and get out of oversharing. I definitely think that I'm still growing out of it, but I've come a long way since then. And yeah, oversharing is just like, keep it a little private, keep it a little demure. Not everybody needs to be in your business. Not everybody needs to know everything. So number 4 is going to be obedience is protection. When God says don't, it's not punishment, it's protection. I learned this very early on into 25, okay? I think like a month or 2. And it was a season where I knew I shouldn't be speaking to this person. It wasn't the time, it wasn't the person, and I was spiraling because of it. And I told God, give me a sign so clear that I can't like ignore it. So he did that, and through that I had to be obedient in his no. and obeying his no and following through with telling that person and basically not cutting off that person, but telling them like this has to be platonic. But it was so hard. Like I remember truthfully being vulnerable, just crying about it so bad because I'm like, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. I don't want to have this awkward conversation. I don't want to stop talking to this person in this way that could lead up to something. It wasn't leading up, but like whatever. I know what I'm talking about without telling all my business. Like just being obedient in that no was hard because I had to walk through that. Like there's steps to that. There's the acceptance of it. There's the conviction of it. I remember one of the things was I seen this girl talking about ignoring God, what God told her to do, and like all the months worth of undoing that she had to do because she was disobedient. She gained so much pain and so much unnecessary baggage, you know what I mean? And I was like, I don't want that to be me. Like I'm gonna be obedient in whatever God tells me to do moving forward. Number 5 is embrace singleness. I know this like the back of my hand now. I hear it all the time. I tell my friends all the time. I tell myself all the time. But I just remember really struggling with the waiting part of it. Not necessarily the fact that I was single. Like I was okay with being single, but it's more so knowing the goodness and the gift of singleness, like knowing that this is preparation, knowing that you need to be maximizing this time one-on-one with you and the Lord before you go ahead and think about anybody else, because once you are married, there's other responsibilities that come into play. It's really about learning one-on-one with God, building your relationship with God, building your intimacy with God. And I feel like when you first come to Christ, you be like, oh yeah, I know this, I know that. Like, I'm ready for my husband, Lord. No, you're not. No, you're not. You have so much to learn, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, God has so much to show you. God has so much to build in you. Your purpose will start to show in this season. There's just so much doing and undoing in this season. Things that I don't even know yet because I'm still currently in this season. But I just remember saying I need to embrace the season. I need to maximize the season. It's kind of like when people say, well, I need to do this now before I have kids, because when I have kids, da 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 da. That's how I can put it into perspective. Like, I don't have a husband, so this is my season to be able to really lock in with God and maximize my time with God. And I constantly need that reminder because I constantly get distracted, if I'm being honest. Number 6 is going to be stop comparing worldly men to godly men. And a lot of these things sound like second nature to me now, common sense, but it was just so profound. Like the things I was learning, I was like, oh my gosh, like you're so right, Holy Spirit. And what I'm trying to say with that is basically like, if I compare a godly man to a worldly man, the godly man is always going to be better. Let's say you're comparing bottom of the barrel to bare minimum. Bare minimum is going to always be better than bottom of the barrel, even though they're both not up to par. If there is a godly man who is not submitted to Christ, who is not serious about the Lord, who is 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and then there's a worldly man, you're always going to think this man is better because you're comparing him to this. They're two completely different things, two completely different scales. Like, you cannot scale your view on men like that anymore, because the truth is you're going to be dealing with a different kind of man. Like, now you're dealing with a different kind of man, so your expectations and your outlook needs to be different. Number 7, I don't know I feel like people are not going to like this one, but don't commit before 25, okay? Your brain is still developing, your values are still forming, and many early relationships come from emotion, immaturity, or fear of being alone. Waiting helps you avoid settling before you even know yourself. I was in a relationship from 19 to 23, and I feel like those are very pivotal years, and you're learning so much. You're learning how to be an adult. You're learning how to make real life decisions. Should I get this job? Should I leave this job? Should I move here? Should I move there? And you're also doing a lot of unlearning, like unlearning certain habits from your childhood, learning your communication style, like just learning so much. You also really don't even know what you want. Like, if you look back and you're like, okay, well, I picked this career because this and that, but do I still want to do this? Do I still want to major in this? And it's just like so much going on, and then you add a relationship on top of it. I just feel like it's not the most beneficial. I feel like you should focus on what you need to focus on your responsibilities, and just build your foundation. Like, get to know people, date people, be respectful, be modest with it, because it'll also show you what you like in a man. Like, how are you supposed to know what you like in a man but you lack that experience? Then you're gonna just end up taking anything because you don't know what you want. You're just given something and you're like, oh, this seems good, so I'm gonna take it. That's just respectfully my opinion. And I just feel like there's just so much going on in that age, in your brain, in your mind, in your emotions, and you're just not mature enough to be in a relationship for real. That's not the case for everybody, but for me personally, that was definitely the case. Number 8 is set boundaries around your faith. Be bold. Don't shrink spiritually to make others comfortable. So this was a big one because I went from, again, this is pre-friends in Christ. So I went from being a certain way with my friends, involving myself in certain activities with them, to now I have given my life to Christ. Now my habits are different. Now my behavior is different. I'm still me. My personality is here, but I'm completely different at the same time. And that was a very transitional period where my friends had to, number one, realize that it was even happening, because first it happens one-on-one with you and God, and then people start to see the fruit of that and the outward change. And I feel like I had to be bold. I had to set my boundaries. I had to be like, no, I'm not participating in this anymore. And I would get pushed back, but I just continue to be like, no, I'm staying stern in this. And through that boundary and that sternness, they began to accept that, and they had to respect it. Like, they had no choice. And then it also lets them know that you're not playing about your faith. You're serious about this walk, and this is not a joke to you. And it's not to be rude or disrespectful, but it's truly if you value something, if you cherish something, you're gonna set boundaries around that, because you need people to respect it just as much as you do. That doesn't mean you have to be like me, but you're gonna respect my walk. You're gonna respect the fact that I no longer participate in this. They questioned me, and it was kind of like a grieving thing for some of them. I knew you this way and now you're being this way, but I missed my friend. I also had to understand that it was an unlearning process for them too. Had I not set that boundary and shown that I was serious, it would have been the same pattern. It's just so much harder for you to just go through your sanctification process if people aren't aware that it's happening. Number 9 is being a homeowner is not making it. Owning a house is a blessing, but it's stressful and not the ultimate success marker. Your worth isn't measured by milestones. This one is really important because as somebody who bought a house at 23, and I've gotten to experience what it's like to be a homeowner and the responsibilities that come with it, I will say that in my case, I don't feel like I've had a lot of inconveniences, thank the Lord, or responsibilities that really come with it besides the bills. But I can definitely see why someone would want to live in an apartment for the rest of their life. You can call maintenance when something breaks. You have a steady amount of rent. You're not worried about property taxes. You're not worried about just all these different things that come with it. And I don't say it in a sense that it's you shouldn't do it because it's stressful. It's more so if you never buy a house, that is okay. If your desire is to never buy a house, that is okay. I see people that live in an apartment and they have more flexibility on moving to a different country, being able to travel. It just depends on the life that you want and what you really value. If you don't want to be tied down to the same city or responsibilities, why buy a house? Just because someone told you you should buy a house to make it. I want to say it's number 10, but it could be 11. Use reminders and calendar invites. Life gets easier when you stop trying to hold everything in your head. The way that my personal brain works, I need reminders. If I tell somebody, oh my gosh, I'm going to pray for you, I'm probably going to forget. So I'm going to real quick set a reminder. I need a reminder to take my vitamins and what vitamins to take at certain times. Reminders to fill my water with creatine and chlorophyll. I need a reminder to take out the trash every Wednesday, for everything. And then the calendar invite, my friends know that I don't play about that. Like, if you want to hang out with me and you be like, yeah, let's do Saturday, April 12th. Okay, hold on. Let me go to my calendar. Do I have anything that day? Oh, girl, I'm sorry. Like, I got something with church that day, or I got lunch with so-and-so that day. Because I have a lot going on. Like, how else am I supposed to remember and just keep it all in my little brain? Like, I'm just a girl. And then I also like it because I'll do it where once I put it on my calendar, I'll do alert. And I'll do alert a week before or alert 2 days before. And sometimes it's not hanging out. A lot of the times it's like, oh, I booked the oil change or pay this bill. I like it because it notifies me a week before, because life moves very fast. Between the work day, between the life day, there's a lot going on. I need a reminder. Return those items. Okay? Stop keeping things you don't like or don't use. Get your money back. Be a good steward of your finances too. I clocked my own tea in this one. One thing about me, I'm like, I'm going to return this. I'll get the barcode or get the label, and then I just wait forever to return. But you know something? I'm going to put y'all on real quick. What I learned throughout that is that you can still return something even if it's past the date. Don't tell them I told you. If you take it to them, they're still gonna take it. But return that item. If you know you're not gonna use it, return the item. Get your money back. Like, every dollar adds up. And it's not just about the money, it's about the junk. Like, now you kept this item that you don't want, that you're not gonna do nothing with, and it's just there. Another piece of something in your house that you don't need. Like, oh, that irritates me so bad. Like, I miss get rid of everything. So get rid of it, return it, give it back to them people, and get your money back. Okay? And another thing, clock my tea if you want to. If I am only wearing this for one event or one thing, I will return the item. There have been at least 4 to 5 times that I have gotten a specific item that I didn't like the price for, but I really, really, really wanted. I was very specific about it for an outfit. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear this and I'm returning it. So sorry to them people. Steward what you do have. Take care of blessings already in your hands, your space, your finances, your relationships, your body. Faithfulness with the small things prepares you for the bigger ones. So like I was talking about earlier, stewarding your body. Yes, but it goes beyond that. Like, it's just so deep when it comes to stewarding. Right now, I'm stewarding this current home, this current car. One day I'll be stewarding something better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, God has to entrust you with the thing that you have now to be able to bless you with something more. Look at everything as stewardship. Like, how are you stewarding your job? How are you stewarding your role? How am I, like, this sounds so dumb, but how am I stewarding this current water bottle before I get a million other ones? If this one is filled with dents and you never wash it and it grows mold, you think you're gonna do any better with a brand new hydro jug? No, you're not. You're gonna do the same thing. So make sure you take care of this one so you can be entrusted with a new one. Sometimes it's hard, don't get me wrong, but stewardship is so important. Stewardship takes effort, stewardship takes sacrifice, stewardship takes time, but stewardship is needed. It's those little decisions that you make and those little pieces of time and routine and respect and boundaries that you set for something that you end up seeing the fruit for because you stewarded it correctly. Okay, wait a few hours or even days before buying that item. I am Miss Online Shopper. You just thought of something that you wanted. You go to checkout, and it's just like this hit of dopamine that you get, and you're so high on it, and you're like, oh, I really, really need this. Wait a few hours, see if you still feel like that, and then check out. Especially for me, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but in the morning, if I don't watch myself, I gotta be careful because my mind is very like in the morning, and like I'm full of a lot in the morning. Like, she be up and at it. I've caught myself online shopping in the morning and having these ideas of what to buy. You need to sit on it. You could add it to your cart, but wait a few hours, wait even a few days, especially if it's a big purchase. You'll come back to it and be like, you know what, I don't even really need this. I don't even really want this. Like, I'm not gonna get it. So just wait for a little bit. If it's not a complete necessity, just wait. Give it time. And as the very last one, I have, not everyone you meet in church or get along with needs to be your friend. It's kind of like at work. Like, you can be cool with that coworker and just keep it at work. You don't have to be their friend outside of work. You can be. You can have relationships outside of work. You can become friends with people and get personal, but it does not have to go beyond that. You can have your set group of friends, and you can have people that you just genuinely get along with at church, like, or even just in life, wherever the setting is. You don't need to be friends with everybody. And I think there was just like a high of like, oh my gosh, I'm making so many friends, I'm meeting so many people, like, oh my gosh, girl, like, here's my number, da, 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 da. And then I quickly would find out we might not have the same interests or hobbies or things like that. Like, yeah, we both love and believe in Jesus, but that doesn't mean that we have to be friends. That doesn't mean that we have to be close. So that was a big one that I definitely learned. And I think I was just super excited to be making new friends in church and meeting so many people. Being on the serve team or like being more involved in church really just gives you like a fire to just make friends and be social and be better at meeting new people and having conversations. And it's like, girl, we could keep it at the conversation. It's like, you can't be friends with everybody. Like, it's literally impossible. Like, you don't even have the capacity to be friends with everybody. So that wraps up 25 or 15 things I learned by 25. There's so much more that God showed me. There's so much more that life showed me, and so much more that I learned that I could have written down, but I literally wrote this as I learned. So I just wanted to keep it that way. I didn't want to like add or take out too much. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video as much as I did, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.
Okay. I'm about to have a good day.